Thanks for locking in with 77 Flavors of Chicago. We're your host, Dario.
And I'm Sarah, and I hope you're ready to learn with us.
We talking about Uptown, specifically Buena Park, y'all, this episode. But first, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
How y'all doing today?
How y'all feeling? How y'all living? Y'all living good? That's good. Y'all, me and Sarah are the most tired you could possibly be.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like this was a long ass week.
It was a long week.
This was a long ass week. Mm-hmm. Like, man.
It was like, I think it was exactly 14 straight days of work.
Yeah, right. I don't think geez, this is crazy. And then specifically today.
It's literally been exactly 14. And before that, we only had one day off.
So we've been working almost 21
Try
days
being
straight.
an influencer. No.
Yeah, no. That's not us, y'all. That's not us. You know, like we not like that. Never pretentious, but never lost.
You know, it is something we love, but damn, it's exhausting.
Yeah, this shit, it went crazy. Also today, well, not today, but I just finished up a 14 person,
kinda, yeah,
like 10 person, like fashion editorial shoot. Mm-hmm. 5 hours straight, y'all. 1,700 pictures, 38 gigs of photos.
Ooh,
yeah,
a lot of photos.
Yeah, your boy is tired of looking at photos. Actually, It's crazy.
I can feel you.
But I'm happy. It was still a very interesting week. Y'all been keeping up with it. What is going on with this? Let's talk about it, man. Let's turn this shit into Club Shay Shay.
No,
real quick.
let's not.
No. Let's do it.
We're just gonna talk about grown men arguing on the internet.
Yeah, are y'all sick of this shit?
Yes.
Just like we are.
Yes, everyone's sick of it.
Everybody's sick of it. This shit is embarrassing. Really,
there's bigger things happening in the world right now.
Yeah, like people stealing other people's content. Like that's like that is
and ideas
and ideas, except the swag. But you know, like this, it's just crazy. That Chicago had to choose who they going for in this little beef here, but. No, I think it's dumb. I think this
it is.
Yeah,
it's
dumb.
Stupid and silly.
Because at first I was like, you know what, this is kind of interesting. Ooh, we ain't had like a real beef in a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, let's go back and forth. You know, J. Cole kind of kicked it off, and then you know he dipped out.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb now.
Yeah.
Do you think Drake got a second kid?
I don't care how many kids he got.
Me either. But like, do you think you do?
I wouldn't put it past nobody.
You said Certified Lover Boy was his body count on the cover.
You know? I don't know how many he probably got. I don't even know.
That's crazy if that's the case.
Horrible.
That's the case. Y'all.
But we had a great weekend. We did some content for Chicago Humanities Fest that you'll see on our page this coming week, and it was incredible. One of the events was Ronnie Mali, who is a Palestinian American percussionist and musician and storyteller, and
told a beautiful story.
It was like so gorgeous and inspirational.
Yes. Packed house too, y'all.
Packed house. He kind of told his story and then told the story of the instrument he plays, which is the oud, and the story of music in
Middle East.
If you hear the acronym MENA, or SWANA or whatever like that, it just means Middle East, North Africa, or Southwest Asia, North Africa. Those are the two acronyms that you use for that region of the world, which is like Palestine, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Egypt, that area. So that's what that acronym means. And he just told that story, and you know, it's tough out here for that region at this time.
Saying the least.
We don't talk about it a lot. Honestly, part of the reason why I don't talk about it, even though I'm so close to it, is out of fear. A lot of people know who we are, and sometimes I get like worried.
You look. As long as I'm around the way, we good.
But anyway, it was very, very wonderful. Chicago Humanities Fest puts on a lot of great events, and you can learn about a lot of things and see some really cool people talk about what they do.
We hung out with Todd Boyd, Notorious PhD.
Yeah, Dr. Todd Boyd.
Very good.
Very good conversation about the history of hip hop as a culture, He just wrote a new book. It was awesome. You'll see it on our page. It's a very cool thing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to throw in a little bit of what happened this week in Chicago history.
Yes. Let's go. What happened?
I'm trying to make this segment happen. This is like, how they tried,
Yeah. First, this is the second attempt.
Yes. I'm going to try and keep up every week to give you a snippet of history about, sometimes we try to make our episodes kind of like, on par with like what happened in history, but sometimes other things come up, and this is a topic we've talked about before, so it didn't warrant its own episode again. Mm-hmm. But on this week in Chicago history was the Haymarket riots.
Oh wow!
May 4th, 1886.
Wow.
Oh my god!
We say this every week.
Yeah, for real. So May 4th, 1886 was the Haymarket Affair, riot, massacre, whatever you want to call it. And it was it began as a peaceful kind of strike for workers, and eventually, unfortunately, it resulted in the killing of and injuring of many of the workers after someone threw a bomb and...
The mystery still is there.
Yeah. But it's a very interesting story. You can go back and listen to a few of our episodes. We might have mentioned it in like the Pullman episode and some of the other ones. Or you can, Google this shit yourself and learn about it that way. But yeah, that's what happened this week in Chicago history, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, which is directly the reason why we have why May Day is over in London. Is at London, Paris, I believe it is, over there, is celebrated. Paris. London or Paris is what I'm saying. Is why it's celebrated. So
actually, a lot of countries outside of the U.S., May 1st is Labor Day.
Yeah.
So
May Day.
that's what, May Day. But like not just London, like Jordan, May Day, Labor Day is May 1st, and so and it's in celebration of. A lot of people don't know why it's May 1st, but it's kind
of like the day that they chose because it was I believe specifically it was London and Paris. They in that area started rioting. The basically the socialists came through and said, "Hey, look, we
need fairer wages, better hours, more support for our workers."
And so that's what happened.
Yeah, very interesting story.
Very, very interesting.
Always support your workers,
Yes.
Support your unions,
But
yeah, let's get into this episode. So we're gonna talk about Uptown and
Uptown girl.
How many of these do you have? How many of these ad libs you got?
That's it. I'm sorry.
Today?
I'm sorry.
Dario loves to ad lib while I'm talking.
It's so fun
because you're not talking.
You
get to be the fuck around.
I'm the ad lib king, though.
You are.
Yeah, give me a good ad lib, a song I can ad lib on or anything.
But this is not a song. This is a history lesson.
This is real life.
This is real life. We're actually having a conversation here.
That's true. Got it.
But yeah, so today's we've done an episode on Uptown as a whole before, so you can go back and check that out if you want to learn more about Uptown. But today we wanted to kind of do a little deep dive into Buena Park.
Yes.
It's a very interesting part of Uptown, very picturesque, beautiful homes, and we'll get into more about the history of the homes and the area itself. But what resulted in us going back to Uptown was one of our mutuals online, Jacob Lewis Hall, who runs the Instagram Then and Now Chicago, reached out, and he has written a new book about Uptown. And we kind of wanted to share his book, share his perspective, talk about what is in the book. And he took us around Buena Park. We walked around and we talked about the book. We talked about some of the buildings that are there. And he pointed out certain things on these buildings that were very cool to help identify them. The book is absolutely gorgeous. It is full of these like really cool photos and very like historic stories about Uptown. It's a quick little read, honestly. It's about 120 something pages, 127 pages.
He's a good dude.
He is so nice.
Yeah.
Like Actually, we had such a wonderful time.
Yeah, we literally walked around Buena Park.
We did a little circle around Buena Park. We started in Buena Park. What is that this little circle called by the church?
Did you know that you can change what you taste by what you hear? How can you use sound to make a deeper connection with your clients? Can we be healed with sound? Sound influences people in their buying decisions and their daily lives. In the podcast Audio Branding, I explore all of this, both with my own observations as a voice actor of over 15 years and by interviewing knowledgeable professionals in the field of advertising, marketing, music, and science. To have a listen for yourself, visit audiobrandingpodcast.com.
Not sure, but it's by the train station, the old train station.
Yes. So that train station is not there anymore. But there was an old train station that was now it's a dog park and a regular park. It's a little cul-de-sac. And there's a church on the corner, but it's a really beautiful park. So we actually went and sat down and we started our story there. Mm-hmm. And we kind of wanted to start the conversation with talking about transportation in Uptown, specifically because Uptown was kind of built around transit. Yes. And if you have listened to our Uptown episode and you remember, it kind of was made to be like the Times Square of Chicago. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Although it was further from downtown, and it was in an area where people would vacation. It was on the lakefront. The lakefront was closer because Lakeshore didn't exist.
Yes.
And so it was a vacation area. People would summer there, and then later, in like the 20th century, it became like a mini Hollywood. There was a
boom.
Yeah.
SNA studio was there, and that was the Hollywood. That was Hollywood, to be honest with you.
Right.
And then a bunch of other things. I mean, you got you real close. Well, right there, you got the Green Mill Uptown. You know what I mean? Like you got
Uptown Theater. That's
Argonne.
why Broadway is called Broadway, because remember we said it was meant to mimic Broadway, and there were theaters that lined up the street. There are still some theaters there that you can go and see some shows.
So it's historic in that right already.
Yes. But specifically a little bit more about Buena Park. And Buena Park, the whole district is a historic district, which is kind of really cool. Like not just an individual house or a row of homes, like the entirety of Buena Park is on the National Registry of Historic Places. It is.
I don't think y'all understand it. We was in a neighborhood, and this is indicative of a ton of places around Chicago, actually. But I'm sure a lot of people walk by, because I've walked by that little stone monument piece that they have there that talks about it, and I never paid attention.
Didn't even look at it.
Never paid attention.
It was first developed in the 1890s, and it was meant to be, again, like a suburban little area that people can, from upper class, rich people can come and kind of begin to live there. A lot of the artists that came to perform on Broadway and stuff like that also lived in that area. And if you kind of walk through the neighborhood, if you walk through Buena Park, you'll notice that the windows are bigger. There's balconies. It's meant to be a vacation town.
Chicago on foot might be one of the dopest cities. And that's a bold. I haven't been to half the world cities, but you know what I mean? But on foot, there's so much history in Chicago. Cool. Speaking of which, we were on foot this whole episode. And I'm telling you, it's way different, to see some of the apartments that have the courtyards. Yeah. And you see how large the windows were.
Large courtyards. Windows, and mind you, the apartment buildings didn't start until maybe the 1930s, but it was still wealthy people.
Yep.
So they wanted wealthy looking buildings. Like if I am rich and I'm living in an apartment, I need it to have very large windows. I need it to be a large courtyard where you can still kind of see and experience that wealth.
Yep.
And as we were walking through the neighborhood, you also saw the arms or the what are they called? Like the above the doors, they would have
the
seals,
crests,
the crests, the arms of different families. And remember that a lot of people were immigrants, and so you identify who your family is or where the people are from by looking at these things. That these little markers on top of buildings,
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere
around Chicago,
right.
But
specifically in this neighborhood and Chicago, and this is something that Jacob kind of told us, was Chicago was one of the cities that stayed in that revival architecture style longer than other cities. So we took it into the 20th century, while other cities probably abandoned it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good, to the point. No, but you know what, Chicago held on to a lot of that kind of old architecture. Unfortunately, up north.
Right.
Yeah, down south. We're not gonna be naive here and just be like, everything is gross. We know that the disinvestment and
this was a very wealthy area.
Very wealthy area, so they weren't gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah.
This was extremely wealthy, and mind you, think of like the 1930s as the United States was the rest of the world was going through the Great Depression.
Yeah.
You still had wealthy people coming to come vacation up here. But one other thing that Buena Park did that was distinctive of that area was that it adopted a lot of like European style streets. So Chicago is a grid, right? Obviously we know everything is like straight lines in a little square, but Buena Park has a lot of curved streets.
Yes.
And these curved streets because they wanted it to be like, you're walking around like a European neighborhood kind of thing. They wanted to emulate that vibe. Yeah. So you're looking at like beautiful mansions, walking your dog in a neighborhood, and you feel like you're not in a city anymore.
Right.
Even Jacob pointed out there was one hotel that is now a retirement home, and the main entrance of that space, or like now retirement home, is on a side street. And I was like, why is it on a side street? That's so weird. And he said it's because when it was quieter and it made like the facade larger, and you didn't want people to enter on the main street. Like it's more luxurious to enter on like a side street.
I didn't even think about that. That shit is cold. They need to bring that back.
Right.
Like, it was very interesting. Something about Jacob. It was very interesting to walk down and see how wrapped up in this he is. Like, he is locked in. Like, he was walking and doing what we do. And it's very rare that you see. I mean, we haven't really walked with that many people that do the same thing we do. Look at a building and be like, what is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was crazy seeing him, like walk and be like, this could have been something. Oh man, I wonder what that was. It was just fun because like he was like spotting things out, sometimes faster than us, and I'm like, we the fastest one.
Literally.
No, it's just cool. You know who else did that? Elizabeth Blashes.
Oh yeah.
This is what she do. She about the preservation.
Right.
But it was cool to like, she know what the hell's going on. It's just crazy to see people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
like
love that. I love people that appreciate like the history around them.
We really are nerds.
Truly.
God damn.
Actually.
Really?
Yes.
How do we get locked in like this?
I mean, I've always been a nerd personally.
Yeah, no, I mean, me too. I watch some Discovery Channel.
I've been a nerd in every possible definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like Chicago nerds now.
Correct.
Like heavy.
Yes.
I don't know why that just hit me.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
One street that we walked down that was absolutely beautiful, and it is actually kind of the reason why the Buena Park was placed on the National Registry of Historic Places, was Hutchinson Street, and it's a historic district, and it is like some of the most beautiful prairie style architecture.
Beautiful.
And it's a row of them. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, you walk down the entire street and it's just beautiful homes.
Yes.
My God.
Yeah, these houses, I mean, they don't look like each other. You know how like something in Chicago, a lot of the houses look, very similar in the area.
Yeah.
These houses don't look the same. They look big as hell.
They're mansions.
They mansions.
They're literally made to be mansions. The architect, I want you to describe that one house that's on the corner that we saw with the stone.
Well, that shit look like something out of some kind of wizard show. Like,
right?
It looked like a house from like an old like Matilda or some shit like that. Like, but it's beautiful though.
It looks like it's
like a TV house.
I think it's titled like the Storybook Home or something
like that. But it looked like, I never even paid attention to it.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. And then they got the house like on the opposite end of that block. There's these big corded off houses, fenced off houses. I'm sorry. And I mean, they're just beautiful.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you look through the gate, and the gate is old as hell, rusty and shit. But somebody sit there.
Insane.
Yeah.
And these houses sell for like over $5 million. Like, they're insane.
Did you just look it up?
No, but I've been curious in the past, and I've looked at them. The architect that is most prominent in that area is George Washington, and my instinct is to pronounce his last name as Maher, but it's Maher.
Yeah, that's Maher.
Okay,
yeah.
Sure. He was an American architect in the 20th century, and he did a lot of like prairie style architecture. He is from West Virginia, but he spent some time in Chicago, and some of the homes that he worked on are on that Hutchinson Street.
How many homes he work on?
I mean, a lot.
Damn.
He was like comparable to Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh no, that's where's he from? West Virginia?
Yeah,
we ain't giving him that kind of credit. No.
I know. So he spent some time. He did live in Chicago for a little bit, like when he was a teenager.
Hey, we're not going. We're not going. Frank.
But he worked with an architectural firm here in Chicago, and in '87 he joined another architecture firm that was also here in Chicago. He worked with Frank Lloyd Wright. So like he has a very important and extensive career. He's absolutely not pump faking.
Somebody out there like, hey, what the fuck? What the fuck is he on, bro?
It's ridiculous.
What is he on, man?
Yeah. But yeah, he also wrote a lot about architecture and was kind of very active.
What did he write?
What is this a pop quiz for me?
No. I don't know why I won't smoke with Buddy ass.
Yeah, what's the problem? Just because I said he's comparable to Frank Lloyd
and I don't even know why I got loyalty to him
Literally,
like that.
Who this white man? Fuck.
You said.
Also, isn't the rumor that Frank Lloyd Wright like stole designs from and like credit from a lot of people?
Oh, no, don't do that.
I'm just saying that's a rumor.
Is that what you read?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Man, FL Dub ain't do that.
I'm not defending nobody. I don't put shit
pay my bills
past no one. Yeah, they don't. They don't pay nothing.
They don't pay no bills.
Yeah, and I can't afford the homes they built. So
you said what you eat don't make them shit, or what they eat don't make you shit. Nah, sure. I fucked that one up.
He also worked in Edgewater or Andersonville. He built a ton of. Not a ton, but he built some homes in that area, and with J.L. Cochran, they worked together, and that kind of like built his career up. So he was an important architect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like Uptown is always so intriguing to me because it started out as kind of like
party town.
Not just party town, but very wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became, obviously like as the city grew and as redlining happened, as people were pushed, a lot of immigrants moved to that area. And obviously we know what happens when Black and brown people move into neighborhoods. And now more recently, it's like, again, it's slowly becoming more and more.
It repeats itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't it? Ain't that's crazy?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
isn't it wild?
We in some wild times now, man.
But I love Uptown. It's such you get some like insanely good food up there.
Yeah.
It's close enough to this. You can be like downtown in 15 minutes. And there's a bus that goes right downtown from like any part of Uptown.
Yeah.
If you're choosing to go downtown.
I think the coolest thing is Uptown is a perfect example of how close the lake used to be and why their mansions, a lot of people settle right there.
Right.
Obviously, Lakeshore Drive is there now, but like that was lake.
So if you go to Hutchinson Street and you hit the end of Hutchinson and inner Lakeshore, that like inner, that used to be where the lakefront was.
That's
So like those people's homes were on the lake.
We got to do an episode about the lakefront.
I know we will.
I mean, like a 77 flavor style, like detail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and find some shit that ain't nobody talking about.
Because we did collaboration with the Newberry Library.
Right. Hey, what's up?
Perhaps.
We didn't already. They didn't already seen it. So
I already shot my shot.
They know what time it is.
They know what time it is. All they gotta do is hit us up.
Rock with us.
Lean with us.
Lean with us.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's all I got. Hey, honestly,
it's a really cool area. Go check it out. There's a couple of really cool coffee shops down there. We love Klein's. Klein's is right there in Buena Park.
Yep.
We did also eat in Buena Park at Buena Park Wine and Deli.
Which very interesting place. Why? What? I turned my phone is off. You know what I'm saying? Like my shit on mute. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, why does it? Okay, all right, I'm
That's
cool.
irrelevant.
I'm good. It is.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll be all right.
But yeah, we ate at Buena Park Wine and Deli, which is a very popular like neighborhood deli. The sandwiches were amazing.
Yes.
We got 2 sandwiches, 2 bags of chips, 2 drinks for $40.
Yeah. But the food was good. But the food was good.
It was a 9-inch sandwich.
Yeah.
But it was good. It's $12 just for the sandwich.
And it's a good sandwich. Here's the thing. I am not going to pocket watch for you. You know what I mean? Like if you want to do that, we could afford it.
I'm just giving you a heads up.
Right. We can afford it. You could probably afford it too. I don't know. I don't know your situation.
I know your life.
Right. Don't care either. But
damn,
I will say that sandwich. Damn
it's
good.
Very good. It's
you know what that sandwich remind me of?
I ate the shit out of it.
You sure did. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
You know what that sandwich remind me of? The place over in Printers Row that we went to.
Toto's Market.
Yes. That's a toss up between the two though.
It's not the same vibe
not even remotely
Toto's
close.
Market is an actual like
market. Like
corner
a small
store.
corner store, yeah.
That's
This is like a play on that.
This is a
deli. Yeah,
a deli and it's a wine shop.
Yeah, with beer and they have Mars and shit there.
Yeah, they do. They have some like local Chicago beers. They have a ton of wine. They will help you like pair your wine also. I don't know. It was really good. I spilled my drink and they were super nice about it. So they're nice people.
Yeah, they are. I mean, honestly, very nice people.
Yeah.
Very nice people. I would say but comparing those two, I don't know. I was thinking about it at that time, and I couldn't remember what place reminded me of that. Now, as soon as we talking, that's why I said Toto's Market. But honestly, very good. Toto's Market was very good too, because I just remember eating them chips.
Yeah,
they had some fire ass chips.
What did we have? We had sandwiches, right?
Yeah, for some reason,
but they were like pre-made sandwiches.
Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, true. But I still had like the Italian thing, which was good.
Yeah,
2 different vibes. I don't know. The sandwich reminded me of it, but it was very good sandwich. That was fun to have a little throwback to food and history on the podcast. That was dope.
It was really good. So yeah, if you want to support a local Chicagoan that just wants to talk about his favorite neighborhood, please grab Jacob's book. We'll try to link it in the notes of this episode. It's called Chicago's Uptown, and it's one of those Images of America books.
Yeah.
So it has some really cool pictures in there, and it'll help kind of guide you through Uptown if you want to.
Also, go support him.
Yes,
to get this book off the ground.
His Instagram page is actually really cool, and like for real, he's not even paying us to say any of this. I promise you, we just
don't nobody be paying us to say
I know,
this.
and if they do, we obviously tell you,
right?
Just so you know,
right?
You don't have to ever guess if we're being paid or not.
Yeah.
You'll know.
Yeah.
He did give us the book for free though, so I'll say that. But his Instagram page, Then and Now Chicago, he shares a ton of really cool photos about old Chicago versus now. It's a really, really cool Instagram page because you get to see like what the buildings looked like in history versus what they look like now. And sometimes he goes inside the buildings. It's a very, very cool Instagram page. So we love to support local Chicagoans doing some great work, and he is one of them. So please support him.
Check out the full interview on our YouTube after this release.
Please do.
Yeah. Because is very cool to see and physically walk around. This is one of these visual.
You'll go with us on the tour that we talked about, basically through the neighborhood. So check out our YouTube; that'll be on there. Check out our Instagram; that will have some content up there also, on our story, in our highlights, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
and that is all.
That's all. That's all.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with someone you love. That is the best way to support us.
Best way.
Go to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. It is like the smallest thing you could do that really truly helps us out so much. You have no idea. We actually cannot monetize our YouTube channel until we hit like 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
So
200 away or so. Yeah.
So please do that if you can. We love creating this content, but we need to get paid so we can survive. So we can keep making this content. So if you can share it,
195 away.
Yeah. So it costs you zero money to share this episode, to subscribe to our YouTube, to follow our Instagram. All the shit.
Do all the shits.
And if you did not like this episode, that's all right. Check back next week. You might learn about something new that you do like.
Stop being a hater.
Damn.
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope you loved it.
And if you could, please follow us on social media at 77 Flavors Shy on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
If you have any ideas or deep dives that you'd love us to do, please contact us at media@77flavorsshy. That's the number 77 flavors and shy for Chicago.com.
If you like visuals, please subscribe and follow and watch us on our YouTube channel at the same thing, 77 Flavors Shy, or search 77 Flavors of Chicago.
If you would like to support us monetarily, go ahead and click that Buzzsprout link in the description of this episode.
And as always, we gonna see you next week. Peace.